Section 8.6 is all about parabolas and their applications. So suppose I have a quadratic function f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c. If I write my function as f of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k, that's going to mean my h is negative b over 2a, and my k is f of h. This quadratic function is in vertex form. My vertex of my parabola is always hk. And I had told you, okay, it's kind of hard to figure out how to graph these without knowing the vertex. The vertex is the most important point. So if I'm given an equation in standard form, I can now use this definition of h and k to find our vertex. So let's take a look at f of x equals 2x squared plus 8x plus 5. So I like to start with my ABCs. So a is 2, b is 8, c is 5. I know that h is going to be negative 8 over 2 times 2. So that's negative 8 over 4, which is negative 2. That's my h. So if I'm trying to find the vertex, my x value is negative 2. In order to find my k, I need to substitute negative 2 into my original function. So I'm going to take f of negative 2, that'll give me my k, is 2 times negative 2 squared plus 8 times negative 2 plus 5. Well, negative 2 squared is 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times negative 2 is negative 16 plus 5. I'm going to get negative 3. So the vertex of this function right here, 2x squared plus 8x plus 5, is negative 2, negative 3. But I don't want you to trust me for it, right? I want to make sure we can verify this, so why don't we go ahead and go over to Desmos and see if we graph this function, we find the same vertex. So we go to Desmos.com. It's also an app you can put on your phone. Remember, you can't use it on an exam, but it's really helpful on your homework and to check your answers. So we go to our graphing calculator and I type in my function, and my function was f of x equals 2x squared plus 8x plus 5. Okay, and let's take a look at what this vertex looks like. So where's my vertex? My vertex is right here at where x is negative 2, y is negative 3. That's the exact same vertex as we found using our formula. So we should feel pretty good that this is going to work for all of our quadratic functions. Okay, so now I have another problem. I have f of x equals negative x squared minus 9. My a in this case is negative 1. My b in this case is, well, what's my b? My b is going to be 0. And my c in this case is negative 9. So h in this case is negative 0 over 2 times negative 1. That's just going to give me 0, right? Any 0 divided by any number is 0. And we could kind of tell that by looking at the graph of this function. This is a parabola that's been flipped upside down and then shifted down 9. So we could see and kind of visualize that our vertex is going to be when x is 0, y is negative 9. So let's verify that my y value is indeed negative 9. So k is f of 0, which equals negative 0 squared minus 9, which is going to give me a negative 9. So there we have found our vertex. Okay, so I can find the vertex of a parabola using the vertex formula. That's what we discussed on the last slide. I don't know why I have it twice. So why don't we go ahead and practice putting these in vertex form? Yes. So h equals negative b over 2a. That means I've got a is 1, b is negative 4, and c is 5. That gives me negative 4 over 2 times 1 That gives me 4 over 2, which is 2. So that's my vertex. My h value is 2. My k is f of 2. Okay. I'm then going to have f of 2 equals 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 5. So 4 minus 8 plus 5 equals 1. So let's go ahead and write this in vertex form. I'm going to have f of x equals x minus 2 squared plus 1. My a in this case is 1 because a is 1, right? Because that's my leading term. So let's FOIL this back out and see if we get the same answer. So if I have x minus 2 times x minus 2 plus 1, that gives me x squared minus 2x minus 2x plus 4 plus 1. So I get x squared minus 4x plus 5. All right, so as long as my leading term is a 1, I can go ahead and rewrite the function in vertex form. Now that's not always going to be the case, especially when a doesn't equal 1. We can't use this shortcut, and I'm going to show us how to do that next, or in a couple slides. Next, I've got x squared minus x minus 6. So why don't I go ahead and clear us a little bit of room, maybe even change colors. So I have a is 1, b is negative 1, and c is negative 6. H equals negative b over 2 times a. B was negative 1, so it's negative negative 1. So now I have h equals 1/2. Then I'm going to take f of 1/2. That's going to give me my k. So I have 1/2 squared minus 1/2 plus 6. So I have 1/4 minus 2/4 plus 24/4. So I have 1 minus 2/4 is 1/4 plus 24/4, that's 25/4. So I have f of x equals x minus 1/2 squared plus 25/4, because my vertex is when x is 1/2, y equals 25/4.